It's time for today's face-off on Fox Soul. Challengers Quan LX and Big Angry Adams, ready to go blow by blow on those hot topics. Face-off on Fox Soul starts right now.
Rondo, you state in your testimony that, quote, advanced technologies not by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe, end quote. If these technologies are not made by any government, who's making them? Private companies, or are you implying they are crafted by a non-human intelligence?
Well, ma'am, that's precisely why we're here. The problem is that, temporally speaking, over decades, not just the last 10 years, to put this in perspective,
Are these private companies you're implying, or is this non-human intelligence?
It may be both.
How would you characterize UAPs?
An enigma, sir, and a frustration. We're talking about technologies that can outperform anything we have in our inventory. And if this was an adversarial technology, this would be an intelligence failure eclipsing that of 9/11 by an order of magnitude.
Elizondo, you stated
In this round, here's Quan LX.
Charles, what we just watched was some congressional hearing that was held last week in D.C. at the nation's capital. And the hearing was in regards to UFOs, quote unquote, now UAPs, unidentified area phenomenon. But now they're military men and women with high ranking levels of intelligence in the CIA, Department of Defense, and who are still some who are active military that are saying they have encountered certain flying objects in the air that they don't have the technological understanding or wherewithal at the highest levels of the United States military or NASA to explain. And what they've been saying is that these objects can do things that no man-made created object can do, like defy gravity and turn and make 360-degree turns coming against the wind, flying so fast and moving so quick, nothing can go against the speed of sound or faster than the speed of light that we can make, but that's exactly what these things are doing. As a follower of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in 1950s, he taught us that what we call UFOs are real, but they're under the command and control of God. This is not something that's outside of the power of God. These things that we call aliens, UFOs, are still under the power of God and are a separate intelligent creation of God. I believe they are real, but I also believe that some of them are racist.
Okay, well, I was going to respond to you, but now I had to hear how the aliens are racist.
They're racist as hell.
Okay, let's get to it.
So why is it whenever the UFOs or the aliens abduct somebody, they always abducting white folks? They ain't never abduct no Negroes out of the hood. All these dope heads and crackheads and car thieves and burglars we got in the hood, you mean to tell me, and you know we wouldn't give a damn if you take some of them, but you gonna go and take them good white folks and play with them on the ship, beam them up, Scotty, take them up there and take instruments and play with their booty holes and all that kind of stuff. But yet you ain't picked up now Negro out of Watts, out of Inglewood, out of Cabrini Greens in Chicago, the south side of Chicago. You ain't coming to Fifth Ward, Texas, and picking up no black folk. All you aliens are interested in is picking up white folk. Look, I guess they think if they pick us up, we're going to break something on the ship, take some off the ship, jack the spaceship. BS, man.
Well,
BS.
I mean, I would say, one, if I'm flying a UFO, first of all, are people getting paid to come up with new acronyms, right? Why are they UAPs now? Like, what was wrong with UFO?
Well, a year ago, it came out that the United States government, the CIA, had a secret agency.
Okay.
Where they had changed the name to UAPs.
I get so tired of that. But secondly, let's talk about Cabrini Greens, Watts, O-Block, any of that. If I'm flying a UFO, if I'm little extraterrestrial angry, flying my UFO, trying to find where I'm going to grab somebody. Am I going to go to the cornfields of Iowa? I'm going to go up to Idaho or Utah, just land, get some milk-fed young lady like the ring girl we were talking about yesterday at the fight. Am I going to pick them up? Or am I going to go lower my beautiful little flying saucer down right over O-Block and have some drill rappers spray me with some machine gun fire?
They're racist, so you admit they're racist.
No, I'm talking about
you
crime.
admit that those aliens have some bigotry.
If you go to O-Block, your chance of getting shot is probably a millionfold to if you go to Ohio. Or not Ohio, like Idaho or something, right? We just had.
They have
we
advanced
were
weapons.
talking about.
They have advanced technology.
Maybe they are peace lovers and
You
they
mean
don't
tell
want the conflict.
me they don't pick up Shaquita, they don't pick up Shanae, they don't pick up Ronisha, but they go and pick up Becky and Amber and Heather all the time and play with them on the ships. But not us. They don't like all women.
Okay, so Cornell, I know you.
They don't like all women?
I know you, and if we're talking about you, you'd pick up Becky and Amber before you'd pick up
No,
Shaquita and LaRonda.
I don't have that experience.
Okay.
With me. Let me tell you the experience I have.
Okay.
I don't have the experience of chasing white women. That's not my thing.
They come to you?
White women all the time come to me.
Okay, but can we talk about
Let's
UFOs?
be honest with you.
I mean, I'll be happy.
But I will say this. Those aliens are racist.
Okay.
You ain't picking up no Negroes, but you grab all them white folks.
Okay.
I'm sick of that.
I would like to say,
I'm sick of
I'm
that.
sure that E.T. decided.
Why they don't come in the hood and come say hi to us?
E.T. went in a white home because E.T. was racist, right? I get it. But let's give it.
Bigfoot too.
Okay.
Bigfoot racist. Big old hairy black self. He only show himself to white folks. He peeking at white folks' windows, looking at all the white folks' cars. But you'll never see Bigfoot, as dark, big, and black as he is, come and say hi to nobody in the hood. Why these damn supernatural aliens and monsters
like I
only
said,
play with white people?
Just like the UFOs don't want to get shot, Bigfoot don't want to roll up to O-Block and take a bullet, right?
That is BS,
come
man.
on. Now let's get back to. I am so good. Can we make an agreement, Cornell? I mean, because this was congressional testimony. If we're going to talk politics, let's say for the next month on this show, it's got to be UFOs, or it's got to be something saucy or sexy or sultry. It's got to be something. I'm so tired of politics.
But
I'd rather talk about UFOs, not UAPs. If you call it UAPs, you're the kind of goober that says Latinx instead of Latino.
All joking to the side.
UFOs.
Charles, all joking to the side, even the context of the Bible and biblical scripture in the book of Ezekiel speaks about a man-made wheel in the sky that was spinning in the sky in the book of Ezekiel. In the Holy Quran, it speaks about Allah creating other worlds and other creations, and that he could command all of the other creations of other worlds to come together at the same time. So even scripture backs up that there's other life outside of life on earth.
Okay. If you look at the stars in the sky, like if you went to a beach, right, and counted all the grains of sand, there'd still be another billion stars in the sky. They all have planets floating around them. It would be incredibly narcissistic for the human race to think that we are the only, not just the only life forms,
right,
but the only sentient life forms. Obviously, our organized religion will get together amongst itself and decide how to incorporate our first alien encounter into their religion so they can continue
depending on the terms,
to take money from all of us.
Depending on the terms of that encounter and depending on the revelations that come out when that encounter takes place.
We better hope we survive the encounter, because you know what? We could be ants. We could have the perception of ants, and they could.
But in my
the
study, some other life forms are peaceful with human beings.
You studied them,
and there's some other life forms out there
they play with,
that are not peaceful.
What did you say? Did you say
with
they play with Cornell's booty hole?
They don't play with black folks. They play with you white folks.
Okay.
They don't pick us up. They pick y'all up.
Come on, E.T. Come pick me up.
And I hated gay women. I hated gay women. I could deal with a gay man. I could not deal with a gay woman. And my daughter knew how I felt because of the mean things I would say around the house. Mm-hmm. And my daughter disappeared for 3 years. And I called her. I hit her up on Facebook one day and I said, "Where are you?" She was in Virginia. I said, "Call me." She called me and I said, "Ashley, are you gay?" Now I already kind of figured about then. I just want to hear it out of my mouth. She said, "Yes, ma'am, I'm gay." I said, "So you sleep with women?"
Could you be a little more subtle with it?
No, I had to get right to the point. She said, "Yes, ma'am, I do." I said, "All right. Well, come on back to Atlanta. That's all they do down here." I said, "You gonna fit right in at home." And it was hard. It was hard because I was raised a certain way.
No.
And my daughter looked just like me, Shannon, just like me. And there was time I see on Facebook, and I call them, and I would tell her, "Get my face off them." I mean, she like them hard chicks like you. She like a chick that look like you. They have on pants, but they be looking like you.
In this round, here's Charles Big Angry Adams.
All right, Quanell, that was Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay. That was Miss Pat, a comedian, African-American comedian, talking about how her daughter's coming out of the closet as a lesbian forced her to shift her views and be more inclusive in her life. I don't think we have to limit that just to sexuality, right? There are people that are absurdly racist or bigoted, right? You know, black people that don't like white people that don't like black people, that then have kids, right? And if you raise a child, I think if you raise especially a female child in a racist household, and all you do is talk about how awful black men are, I think a common response is the way the young lady rebels is she goes out and seeks a black partner. And I think oftentimes when that leads to a beautiful relationship, it has to change perspectives, right?
I believe that white women seek a black partner for other reasons, more so than just to be rebellious against their father.
No. I'm sure they're attracted to the person. I'm not saying that's the only reason,
Because
but I'm saying
because that secret desire of that black African experience.
Okay. Anyway.
And that black African reality, male reality,
okay.
is something that many white women have fascinated about for generations.
I know you like to talk about people holistically.
This is true.
I'm talking about people. Yeah, I know you're a bigot.
This is
but
true.
I'm talking
that
about,
they have
about
fantasies about brothers. But let's stay on the gay topic now.
Okay. All right. I think that when people have children, it often forces them to confront their own bigotries, and hopefully it'll continue to tear down. It sounds like Miss Pat has changed her view. It sounds like she hated lesbians for whatever reason, and is now, accepting of her daughter's lifestyle, and in the, kind of a more, I don't know, stranger way, as Shannon put it, not subtle way. But so if one of your children came out as gay, would you be accepting?
Let me speak on that. I would not.
Oh
I have to be very honest with you, because I am a Muslim, and as a Muslim, I say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah every day, and as a Muslim, I cannot accept what God rejects. As a Muslim, I cannot applaud and celebrate that which God condemns. So if I accept it, then I'm in opposition to the very God that I claim to serve and obey. I cannot do that.
But there are sects
but let me
in
speak about
Islam. There are entire sects in
this.
Afghanistan where it's rampant
But remember,
with homosexuality.
though, the sect does not supersede the Holy Quran.
Okay.
No prophet supersedes the Holy Quran. And the Holy Quran speaks clearly on that lifestyle and sexual choice. But let's speak about this comedian lady. Let's keep it where it needs to be right now. This mother who says she discovered her daughter was gay. Her daughter always knew for her whole life her mother was against that lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And so once she found out about it, then she loved her daughter so much, pretty much, she accepted, say, come on back to Atlanta. That's all they do down here anyway. But Charles, I did not hear her say that her original stance against homosexuality and lesbianism was based on a religious belief. I did hear the mother say she was raised that way, but I would have wanted the question to be raised, were you against it because of religious beliefs? Or were you against this because it was a cultural tradition to not accept the lifestyle?
So for you,
I would have liked that question to be raised, because if it's just a cultural practice, then you can change that with different information, different mindsets, different experiences. But if that is a religious practice that you've always believed in, what made you change what your religious practice says to accepting it now?
Okay.
Because remember, she said she never, ever liked women who was in that lifestyle. But then she said once she found out her daughter was doing it, she accepted the fact her daughter eats pussy now.
Okay. Again.
Eats coochie.
So in your math,
was that the wrong word? I'll just say eats coochie now.
I don't
Pals
care.
in her throat.
I don't care how you refer to oral sex. The FCC
well, hell,
might.
that's what the mama said.
Hold on. So if hatred is religiously based, biblically based, Quran based, Torah, but whatever. If the hatred is based on religion, it's okay with Quanell. And if the hatred is based on social norms or just social bigotries, it's not okay with Quanell. But you say it's not important, But how on earth, if a child that you love for every other reason, a great child, right, comes to a parent and says, hey, you know, I'm just hardwired. I like, you know,
Hardwired.
I like men as a guy, or I like women as, and you're cutting them out of your life?
Let me be crystal clear with you. If one of my sons came to me and said, Dad, I am gay, I would say, son, listen, that is between you and Allah, but you know what the religion says. So you cannot bring your partner around me, and you cannot celebrate that lifestyle in my presence or expect of me to do the same with you. Since you know my position, you know my faith, I'm going to ask you to respect that at all times. How you live your life is between you and Allah, but you can't celebrate and bring that around me. That's what I would say.
So if, let's say you got married to, if you had a make-believe male child, right? That got married to another male child.
I'm not going to the wedding.
And then they had a baby.
I'm
Are you
not
not
going
letting
to
them this baby
They
in the
can't
house?
have a baby.
Let's say they
How
adopted
they gonna have a baby?
Let's say they bought some eggs and
That's
had a surrogate
somebody else's
mother.
baby.
But what if it's your son's sperm?
That's somebody else's
What if
baby.
it was your son's sperm?
It could be my son's sperm, but at the end of the day, he didn't make that baby. He created that baby.
So you're not loving this child because
I didn't say
of
that.
the lifestyle
I didn't
of your
say
child.
that. But I'm saying just because they have a
It
child
seems
don't
like
make me
you're saying
accept
that-
the lifestyle.
Okay, but I'm not saying
The
you're,
child is innocent.
You get that
you
there's-
accept
you
the
get that
baby,
there's-
but you don't
you
accept
get-
the lifestyle.
You get that there's a difference between accepting a lifestyle and becoming a lifestyle. Like you can just recognize.
There's a huge difference.
You can just recognize
but one
that
thing
gay
I'm not
people are
going
doing
to
their
do,
own thing.
I'm not going to accept something God tells me not to. I can't
God
do
tells
that.
you not to accept all kind of stuff
But guess
you
what,
accept.
though? No, you're wrong about that. You have to admit where you're weak and you have shortcomings, but you don't glorify sin.
Okay, so what if someone's
And it's
just
still a sin,
weak-
Charles.
Okay.
In today's Face Off, up.
That was wild.
When are white people going to stop inventing new sports so we can compete?
Well, you know.
And then when we do, because I heard someone say Spanish were bad words, so although those look like Caucasoids
What's bad
arguing,
word?
I don't know if they were Latino or white, but I mean, they're playing pickleball. Pickleball is like an old person sport. Like it was invented for old people to be able to still play tennis. And now we got kids playing in national pickleball tournaments. We got people travel ball, pickleball. It's like if wiffle ball. Remember wiffle ball? We had the little ball with the holes in it
We
in the
never
baseball.
Played, we never played wiffle.
Probably another white sport. But wiffle ball was a baseball that was made out of plastic that would not go very fast, right? So you could play without gloves, you could play in the street, you had a little plastic bat. And when you're a little kid, you play it all the time. If grown people were playing wiffle ball, we would look at them like they were stupid, right? Now, pickleball, not only are people playing it everywhere, and I get it, elderly people, even people our age, you know, with bad knees, bad everything. It's a slower version of tennis. It's an interesting sport. But now we got people fighting at pickleball. A dude kicked a dude in the head and knocked him out. But I don't know if he's the face-off F-up, right? Because it seemed like there was something going on before that that set him off. But if y'all are playing an old person white sport, goober,
Charles,
like, and I say that as a derogatory,
all
like
you
white
saw-
people like, hey.
All you saw was the other guy celebrating in his face. He was celebrating in his face. He was kind of taunting in the celebration.
Well, who's taunting about
but
pickleball?
Charles, at the end of the day,
What sort of
that
nerd
does
is
not
excited
give
about
you the
pickleball?
right when a man
I
goes over to pick up his racket to kick him in his face.
I
See,
don't think
where
you
I
should
come
ever kick
from,
anybody in the
where I
face.
come from, that'll cost you your life rolling like that.
Okay, well, let's go
But
over.
but also what I have a problem with is the other males that were with the guy who got kicked in the face. Why they didn't immediately start whooping that dude's behind?
Well, he did. He was-
because
Kim
that's
or
what
Cuddy
should have
fought.
happened.
Right.
His partner should have stepped in and whooped his behind because he did an absolutely dirty, unsportsmanlike thing that caused physical harm to that guy by kicking him in the face. Now, you keep your foot on the ground, and if he pick your foot up and cook me, I'm putting something back on you, partner.
But over pickleball?
I wouldn't give a damn if it was over a pickle in a pickle jar.
No.
What he did was absolutely wrong.
I agree. Kicking someone, especially if there's no physical violence as a predicate in the face, we see that far too often. People stomping on people's heads, kicking people in the head. It's crazy. It's going to kill somebody. It has killed people.
That's the equivalent to a grown man throwing a temper tantrum
Right.
because he lost a game.
Right.
That's nothing but an adult temper tantrum that resulted
And it
in
ain't
somebody
a real
being
game.
physically assaulted.
Like, I mean, I remember high school being bent out of shape after we lost a basketball or football game. You go in there, you're all hyped up.
Yeah,
like
but y'all didn't really
competitive
fight
sports.
like that, though.
Okay.
You white
Real-
boys don't fight like
okay,
that.
You don't even know.
No, y'all
right?
don't. Y'all push each other, and y'all bump chests, and
Why do
y'all
I-
curse each other, and then y'all act like y'all gonna swing and all that. Y'all don't really fight.
Do you
like
think
that.
I have this mangled, broken nose from not fighting with people? What
That's
are you
because y'all
talking about?
was headbutting each other,
Okay.
you know, like a little rock and roll, little stuff y'all
I
be
know
doing in
you
the
got
audience.
a
Charles, look.
But if you're gonna
you
fight
know
over a
y'all wasn't
sport, at
fighting,
least play a
Charles.
real damn sport. Quanell is my point. Pickleball is a game designed for old people like me to continue to be able to play racket sports. Old, I ain't got no cartilage in either knee.
But
right?
that was dirty
That
what
is
that
why
man did.
pickleball exists. It was dirty. You can't kick people in the head.
That's all.
But you know.
He should file charges and have him arrested.
Oh, come on, man.
But that's what you believe they should do, don't you think so?
Well, no, I think they should have fought it out right there like grown men.
Oh, I absolutely agree. His partner should have started it for him.
Well, now you snitching now?
No, his partner should have started it for
Y'all
him.
heard it on Fox Soul first.
No, what you do?
On LX.
What you do is
Snitching to the police over a fist fight
after you take
nowadays.
care of your business, call 911 and have your homeboys as witnesses. Say he hit me first. I defended myself.
Okay. I did not know we were
Shit,
in.
put
we
them
were
holy
in the-
hands on
we
it,
were in the
partner.
Quad LX snitch era.
No, cover
It started today.
cover yourself for retaliating
That summer
and
is
not
over.
being put in
It is
bracelets.
snitch and fall right here on
Man,
Fox
look here.
Face Off.
Protect yourself, brother, to where you do it and get away with it. No face, no case.
Snitching season.
That's it for the Face Off on Fox Soul. We'll catch you next time.